Once upon a time there was a popular song, the name of which can be translated as Smile Stuntmen. I don't remember who I wanted to become more, an astronaut or a stuntman. But it turned out I have become a TV presenter. And thanks to this, today I can show you how a group called Nomad stunts live. Hello, this is Ethnosport. They are horsemen and foot-borne troops. That is what Herodotus wrote about the nomads. And the ancient Greek writer Lucian wrote, there are 10,000 horsemen, but 3 times more troops come on foot. Using that information, we can say that not only the cavalry was combat-ready among the early nomads, their military tactics was based on the courage of the foot soldiers as well. The heavy spears of the nomads with one blow used to kill 2 opponents at once. And the Scythian bow was considered as the peak of the development of distance combat. This is about distant ancestors. Kazakh nomads were the first among nomadic people to use handguns, which led to a change in military tactics in the steppe. And the importance of foot combat has increased significantly. Today, all the nomadic infantry techniques have adapted to the present times and have become an all-round sport. Their descendants, Stuntmen, have successfully mastered them, and in this episode we will teach our host to fight with a sword. Right now we are in a special pavilion that stuntmen built in order to practice their horse tricks here. Well, regular fights too. My task today is to master one beautiful fight in 2 hours, because I will take part in shooting. Well, as a cameo in one historical series. But we will see. They are very busy, of course, but I hope they won't say no to me. I have a favor to ask. I only have 2 hours to practice for a beautiful foot fight for the filming of an episode of a historical series. Could you help me? Yes, I can, but 2 hours is not enough. Not enough? Okay, let's do it. So, guys, we need to help him. So, Jandos, you will be him. Create a fight and then show it, okay? Make it dynamic. Now the stuntman is showing my actions. In a white t-shirt is a stuntman who directs the movements that I will be performing. I must carefully look after his movements, because here every gesture is literally being rehearsed. And it's very important to remember this sequence of moves. Let's have a look. There are 86 athletes in this stunt group. 12 of them are girls. They do the same things as our ancestors nomads. But they fight not in real life, but in the movies. They took parts in Hollywood, Bollywood and almost all Kazakh films with stunt tricks. By the way, they come up with each trick by themselves, and that is quite a performance. See how great it is. Each action follows after the previous one. All his movements are like some kind of wave, continuous, nothing sharp. Everything is very beautiful. Some kind of wave, continuous, nothing sharp. Everything is very beautiful. They have created a whole fight scene. They are experienced and professional people, and I see that this fight is as close to reality as possible. It seems to me that these moves are close to actual fights. If you fight with a sword, it is not necessary to use only the sword. You can take a handful of earth and throw it into the eyes of an opponent to blind him and then kill him. As the saying goes, all's fair in love and war. The art of battle in the steppe is not only about cutting or shooting. Victory largely depended on the tactics of warfare. For example, warriors often used deception tactics. If the enemy outnumbered, then the warriors went in different directions and gathered in the appointed place. And then they attacked unexpectedly. And the runaway rabbit tactic was that the soldiers ran away and then surrounded the enemies and destroyed them.
Отсюда. Вот сюда. чтобы он сел.
И причем это да. Да. Да.
Нападаете.
Ага.
Знаешь, что делаете? На вас нападает вообще.
Ага.
Вместе со шагом.
Да.
На ноги посмотрите.
Угу.
Все время.
Очень важно ноги, да. Так.
They have already staged almost the whole trick and remembered all the moves. And now they will teach me to do this. So, everything is clear.
Оказывается, еще не все. Так.
It turns out that's not all.
Не терпится уже.
I can't wait to start the fight. 1, 2, 3, 4. To tell the truth, the fight turns out to be spectacular. What is happening now is in slow motion, of course, then it will be faster in the movie. So can I take the sword already? Now we show once, then you can. Fine. Does the right one goes ahead or left? Yeah. And 1, 2. How to do it? Like this? 1, 2. One, 2. 1, 2.
Я отсюда. Так.
1,
Забил. Теперь.
1, 2, 3,
Ага. Давай, давай. Да.
2, 3,
Потом.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ага. Так.
How does it look? Did I do it the right way?
Вот, ну что же.
Well, then what? I just imagined how people fight in real life. They are fighting without thinking. They don't think what and how. It's more difficult because we think about every move. It is rehearsed in advance in order to be beautiful in the picture. But in a real battle, of course, this is all happening too fast. We were training with you for half an hour. I'm tired. In actual fight, tell me how many people can fight with their swords like this? For 1 hour? 2? All day? I think until they kill someone. I think when a fighter gets tired, he becomes an easy target, right? That is why it is very important here to kill the enemy from the first try, and not to get tired and look around. Because the situation can change in a minute. or they'll kill first. So probably another 1 or 2 rehearsals, and we will go outside and work out the actual fight. Tomorrow I have my shooting day. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Get started.
Укол, да.
He's a little confused. Right here, huh? I have to move a bit and then hit on top. At this moment, when the sword comes here, I have to make moves like in the Matrix movie. Ah, I got it. The legs here play a very big role. One move and I'm safe already. Everything is clear.
Все понятно.
Guys, I could watch you for hours. Each move is a step. Each block is a step back. Do not stand still. You can stand still, but it's ugly. And unsafe, I think. Well, let's repeat it now on the street. Let's do it.
Повторим это, может быть, теперь на улице? Ну что же, пару часов тренировки с настоящими...
Well, a couple of hours of training with real stuntmen. Let's see if this was useful and how capable I am as a student.
Кстати, я хочу всех
By the way, I want to reassure everyone who maybe has doubts. These are special training swords. Nevertheless, if you get hit with such a sword, it really hurts. But do not worry, they are for training. And by the way, I have insurance. Do not worry. The stunt group almost 20 years ago was created by the honored worker of Kazakhstan, Jibek Kunguzhinov. Later, he and his guys won the Golden Bear at the International Festival of Equestrian Acrobatics. Later, the US International Martial Arts Academy recognized Jibek as the winner for the popularization of sports in the cinema nomination. This award is also called the Sports Oscar. One of the biggest goals is to get Taurus. I became a nominee in 2017, reached the semi-finals, but I didn't get the prize. The German team received Taurus, but I think we will get it. Generally speaking, Taurus is the same award as Oscar for actors. This is an international stunt association and people vote from around the world. Jibek worked on staging stunts in the Nomad, Mongol, Zhaozhirek, Minbala, The Road to Mother, Viking films and Marco Polo TV series and many other films. His partners on the set were Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Chuck Norris and Jet Li. Now he works with many eminent producers, directors and stuntmen. And this is world recognition. So Taurus Award is just a matter of time. For example, there are different nominations for a good fall, for good burning, for good staging of fights, automobile, equestrian in the US. Then for us foreigners there is only one nomination, the best production of action scenes in a foreign film. And that's it. That is, imagine how many countries all over the world take part in the competition, and each is trying to get a nomination. Yes, we are lucky that we have at least become nominees, although it was very difficult. At that time, few people knew about us. And recently, Jibek Kunguzhinov starred in the new Mulan movie produced by Walt Disney Studios. He played the role of commander of a wolf squad. Initially, he was invited only as a stuntman and specialist in horse stunts. However, the director offered him a role.
Интересно.
It was very interesting. It is a Disney project after all. I always thought and dreamed of working with Disney, because for me it was very important. Because I worked with many companies such as Universal and other Hollywood companies. And I also wanted to work in the Disney's project. And it so happened that I not only work here, but I will play in the movie. When I arrived, they removed one actor and put me on. Both the producer and the director said, yes, he will do everything himself. Suddenly, I became an actor. Well, this is a good experience. We filmed in New Zealand. It was very interesting. Moreover, we came to the country for the first time. This is the story of how the Huns attacked the Chinese land and conquered its entire north. Jibek played the main active character, one of the military leaders. He commanded the largest army of wolves.
Конечно, небольшая роль.
Of course, I play the small part. But you will see me in the movie. It happened that we worked there and finished in December. And now we're waiting for the film to be released.
Говорят, что древние кочевники...
They say that the ancient nomads, our ancestors, they could fight. One was worth 10 if they landed with the settled inhabitants.
Речь идет об их генерале, о
Well,
товаре,
if we are
который
talking about their leader, then one such fighter could replace 20 people on the field and fight all day tirelessly.
человек на поле и сражаться весь день без устали.
Today, I have 3 opponents, and I will try fighting with them.
Попробуй, как говорится, от них отмахаться. Поехали.
Let's go. Now, Nomad Stunts is considered to be one of the strongest teams in the world, and unlike others, it is a universal team. Stuntmen are strong in equestrian stunts, martial arts, and staging fights. They recently demonstrated all their talent and mastery on the set of the historical film titled Tamiris. Historians worked there and gave us information as much as possible to make it as it should have been. Of course, it is impossible to recreate the epoch 100% because no one knows how it really was. We, of course, adhered to the reliability of our experience as much as possible. How to fight when you have death and you fight? Or how can you fight to save your life and defeat the enemy? Well, let's see what the movie will turn out, because the trailer is very good. Unfortunately, we didn't have much time for action. I would like more. I asked for more.
Побольше, я просил больше.
The Scythians and the Kazakh, the Huns, the Turks and the Mongols. They replaced each other in the Great Steppe. They lived in different eras and had different values. But all of them led the nomadic way of life. They are all known as successful warriors. They put China in a difficult position. Nomads adapted to any situation, to any changes. They won fights even without horses. How did they do it? Stuntmen restored pictures of the military history of our ancestors. In fact, all these movements are recreated games of antiquity. The fun and sports of the nomads were closely related to the art of war. In the modern world, they have become a type of ethnic sport.
Ну вот такой вот бой.
Well, that was a real fight. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my double ganger and partner Jandos Aybasov, stuntman, actor, friend of Yerke Bulan.
Друг Ерки Булана. Вот. Ну, что я могу...
Well, what can I tell you? Let's go, my friend Tyson.
Пойдем. Тайсон. Мой друг Тайсон.
Foot battle is not only the art of fighting with a sword, that is much bigger.
В чем? Это много, это и...
It is about fighting with batons and clubs and akinake and spears.
Вот я... Ну, в это входит абсолютно все. И...
Well, it implies absolutely everything. Nomad stunts have mastered those weapons to the perfection.
Давайте попробуем.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget, that was Ethnosport. See you soon.